My aunt was a storm that never passed. From the moment I walked into her house, I was nothing but a burden to her.
You think you deserve a bed? There's the floor, don't make a sound.
I'm just tired, Aunt. Please.
Tired? What about me? You don't deserve pity. Your mother's dead and you're just lucky I'm still breathing to feed you.
That was the first night. I was 11, sleeping on the cold tile, with the weight of her hatred pressing down on me like 1,000 bricks. She never hid her disdain. She screamed, she hit. She punished every mistake like it was a crime against her entire existence. If I spilled a drop of water, she'd call me clumsy and stupid. If I forgot to do a chore, she'd lock me out in the rain. Aunt, please, can I have some food?
Did I say you can eat? You're lucky I don't throw that food out instead of wasting it on you.
When I cried, she laughed. When I begged, she sneered. She never stopped reminding me I was unwanted, an accident, a reminder of her dead sister she hated more than life itself. She had a son and daughter, spoiled, rotten brats who never faced her wrath. My name is Michael. When Mom died suddenly, after a long illness that took her slowly away, I thought I was losing my whole world. I was only 10. At first, I thought my aunt would be my saving grace. She came around often, visiting, bringing small gifts, and saying comforting words. I trusted her. I thought she would care for me like Mom did. But that kindness was just a mask. After Mom's funeral, things changed. My aunt became cold and distant, like she resented every breath I took. Even her daughter, my cousin Lisa, who I used to think was my friend, started mocking me.
Look at you, still crying like a baby. Mom's gone, and you're just a sad little shadow.
Your mother owed me a lot, Michael. Don't forget that. You're lucky I'm even bothering to keep you around.
I didn't understand what she meant until later. My mom had borrowed money from my aunt when times were tough, and now my aunt made sure I knew I was a debt to be paid. Every mistake I made was an excuse for her to punish me. My aunt was a storm that never passed. From the moment I walked into her house, I was nothing but a burden to her.
You think you deserve a bed? There's the floor, don't make a sound.
I'm just tired, Aunt. Please.
Tired? What about me? You don't deserve pity. Your mother's dead and you're just lucky I'm still breathing to feed you.
That was the first night. I was 11, sleeping on the cold tile, with the weight of her hatred pressing down on me like 1,000 bricks. She never hid her disdain. She screamed, she hit. She punished every mistake like it was a crime against her entire existence. If I spilled a drop of water, she'd call me clumsy and stupid. If I forgot to do a chore, she'd lock me out in the rain. Aunt, please, can I have some food?
Did I say you can eat? You're lucky I don't throw that food out instead of wasting it on you.
I learned to survive on scraps, on the leftovers of her cruelty. When I cried, she laughed. When I begged, she sneered. She never stopped reminding me I was unwanted, an accident, a reminder of her dead sister she hated more than life itself. She had a son and daughter, spoiled, rotten brats who never faced her wrath. One time, I found her beating me over a broken glass while her son was playing video games in the next room. Why does he get to play while I get this?
Because he's my blood, you're just a parasite.
Years passed like that, a slow decay of my soul. I grew silent, numb, desperate for escape. The neighbors whispered, but no one dared interfere. No one wanted to get involved with her. Birthdays made the difference between us crystal clear. On Lisa's 12th birthday, my aunt wheeled in a brand new bicycle, the kind I had only ever seen in shop windows. Lisa squealed, hugging her mother. Her brother got a video game console the same year, wrapped in shiny paper. Aunt, it's my birthday next week. Could I maybe have a book? Just one?
You think money grows on trees? You should be grateful I even let you eat my food.
When my birthday came, she tossed me an old pair of socks that weren't even my size. Lisa laughed, pointing at the holes in the heels. One evening, I came home clutching a perfect score on my math test, proud for the first time in months. I thought maybe, just maybe, she would praise me. Instead, her eyes hardened.
So you think you're smarter than my children now?
No, I wanted you to see.
You don't need school. You need to learn to work.
That night, She gathered my notebooks and threw them into the fireplace. I watched the flames curl the pages of my dreams into ash.
There. No more distractions. You'll never be anything more than what I tell you.
One afternoon, I spilled a cup of water on her expensive rug.
Look what you've done. Now I have to clean this up.
Stupid brat can't even hold a cup.
You're lucky you don't sleep in the streets tonight.
And that's exactly what happened. She threw me out of the house, shivering in the cold, forcing me to sleep on the porch. I tried to run away to Grandma's house once, desperate for safety. Please, Aunt, I just want to go to Grandma's.
No, you're staying here. Grandma has her own troubles. You're mine now.
Those were the darkest days of my life, but the worst night of all is burned into my memory. It was cold, the kind of cold that gets into your bones. I was trying to wash dishes after dinner, but my hands were trembling so much from hunger and exhaustion that I dropped one of her plates.
Look what you've done, useless boy.
She grabbed the broom handle and swung it at my back. I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
Sorry doesn't fix broken plates. You're going to learn tonight.
She dragged me by the arm, kicked open the back door, and shoved me outside barefoot.
You can sleep out here. Maybe the cold will teach you to respect my things.
It was freezing. I huddled in a corner, trying not to cry, but the tears came anyway. After a while, I couldn't take it anymore. I ran. I didn't even know where my legs were taking me until I stopped at the cemetery, at my mother's grave. I collapsed beside her headstone and whispered through my chattering teeth. Mom, I can't do this anymore. Please help me. Please. I must have fallen asleep, because when I woke up, it was early morning. The sun was low, and an old woman I'd never seen before was sitting beside me.
Go back home, child. Your mother has heard you.
She didn't explain, and when I blinked, she was gone. Just like that. I walked back to my aunt's house expecting another beating. Instead, that was the day it started. The first sign was small. My aunt was about to hit me for sweeping too slowly when she froze, clutching her stomach.
Why do I feel so hungry? I just ate.
The hunger didn't stop. She would eat and eat, but still feel empty, her belly aching as if she hadn't eaten in days. By the third day, she collapsed in the market from dizziness. Then came the cold. In the middle of a hot afternoon, she started shivering violently, her teeth chattering so loud I could hear it from the other room. She piled on blankets, lit the stove, but still couldn't get warm. The neighbors whispered, maybe it's a curse. They were right. Everywhere she went, black birds followed, perched on wires above her, hopping along her path. Once, a snake slithered across her kitchen floor while she was cooking. Another time, she opened her wardrobe and a black cat leapt out. After each sighting, something bad happened. A pot of boiling water spilled on her leg. She slipped on the stairs and fractured her wrist. She lost money from her purse without explanation. At night, she heard voices, my mother's voice, whispering from the shadows.
You remember the cold you gave him? Do you feel it now?
She'd scream, run outside, and the neighbors would see her shouting at nothing. Lisa, her daughter, started avoiding her. Her son wouldn't sleep in the same room. By the end of the month, the bad luck had worn her down to skin and bone. The haunting started subtle. A mirror in the hallway cracked straight down the middle without anyone touching it. Food spoiled within hours of being cooked, the meat turning gray and slimy. Clocks stopped ticking every night at exactly 2:15 a.m., the same time my mother had taken her last breath. Lisa woke screaming one night.
There's someone standing at the window!
But when Aunt rushed in, the figure was gone. Though neighbors later whispered they had seen the shadow of a woman in white drifting past the glass. One morning, Grandma came to the house and packed the kids' bags.
You're coming with me. Your mother needs help.
That help was a bed in the psychiatric hospital. The day she was admitted, she kept swatting at the air, screaming,
Get away from me. I can feel her breathing on me.
Life moved on. I stayed with Grandma too. I went back to school, worked hard, and started chasing my dream, to be an architect. The house was quiet, without the constant shouting. Months later, Lisa and her brother went to visit their mother in the hospital. The nurses said she'd been calmer. But that day, 2 mentally unstable patients suddenly attacked them for no reason, beating them so badly they needed stitches. Some said it was just bad luck. I knew better. My mother wasn't finished, and she wouldn't be until the last of their suffering matched mine. Years later, when the dust of revenge had settled, I built a different life. I became the architect I had once dreamed of being, drawing lines and raising walls that would protect rather than confine. My home was warm, filled with laughter, the kind of love my mother gave me. Meanwhile, my aunt wasted away in the hospital, forgotten even by the children she spoiled. The bicycle rusted, the video games broke, and her gifts could not buy loyalty. Sometimes, I drive past the hospital on my way to work. Through the window, I see her sitting there, staring at nothing, lips moving as if still arguing with shadows. You gave me nothing, Aunt. And yet, I have everything. If you enjoyed this story, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and maybe light a candle for me, because you never know who's listening.
People said she'd been kidnapped, tortured, taught a bitter lesson about running her mouth. Whatever they'd done to her, it broke her. Meanwhile, people online had had enough. They started reporting her old videos. Her account was banned permanently. Overnight, her empire of fake fame crumbled. At school, kids whispered about us.
Hey, Alina, where's your famous mom? Faking another heart attack? Careful, she might film you on the toilet next.
Celine cried often. I just kept my head down. But then, the twist that turned our lives upside down. I never thought I'd be the kind of girl to say, my mom ruined my childhood for likes. But here I am, saying exactly that. My name is Alina, and I grew up with my mom and my younger sister, Celine. My dad? He went off to Afghanistan when I was 9. He never came back. At least, that's what we were told. Life wasn't easy after that. Mom didn't like working much, and she always found ways to dodge responsibility. Bills piled up, dinners got smaller, and most days she just lounged around watching TV. Then, one of her friends introduced her to social media. That was the spark that lit the wildfire. Suddenly, our lazy mom had purpose. Not for us, not for bills, but for views. She saw people making money online and thought she could too. At first, it was small things. Little skits, silly videos with us dancing. I didn't mind. It was fun. But then she changed. One evening, while we sat at the dinner table, she grinned at us with a mischievous look.
Girls, I bought something fun today. You'll love it.
What is it? She pulled out a tiny brown bottle.
Laxatives. We'll put it in your cereal tomorrow morning. Then I'll film what happens. Imagine the views. People love that kind of raw, messy content.
Mom, that's gross and mean.
Oh, stop being dramatic. It's just for laughs. Everyone will think it's hilarious. And you want to eat tonight, right? Then don't argue.
I felt sick to my stomach. Not from laxatives, but from dread. The next day, she actually did it. Cameras hidden in the kitchen. My sister and I barely made it to the bathroom before it all hit us. And she laughed so hard she could barely hold the phone steady. From then on, it got worse. One time, Mom decided the best way to go viral was to shock people, literally. She dragged us outside in the middle of winter. Ice clung to the edges of the old backyard pool, the water dark and uninviting. Mom, no way. That water's freezing.
Please, we'll get sick.
That's the point. People love seeing raw, shocking stuff. It's going to be hilarious. Now, on 3.
Before we could protest, she shoved us both forward. We splashed into the icy water, gasping, coughing, our skin burning from the cold. Mom? She laughed.
Yes, that's it. Look at their faces. Pure comedy gold.
We crawled out, shivering, teeth rattling, while she replayed the footage on her phone, giggling. Another time, she handed us oversized clown costumes she bought at a thrift store. What's this?
Your new outfits. You're going into town dressed like this. It'll make people laugh.
Mom, that's embarrassing.
Do you want dinner tonight or not? Then get dressed.
So we did. Painted faces, raggedy costumes, walking the streets. People stared, some laughed, others frowned and whispered. I felt my stomach twist as I begged strangers for coins while Mom filmed from across the street.
What kind of mother makes her kids do this? Keep going, girls. Look sadder, like real beggars. Perfect.
When we got home, she uploaded it immediately. We locked ourselves in our room and cried while she counted the likes. One night, Mom called us into the living room with that crazy light in her eyes, the kind that always meant trouble.
Okay, new video idea. This one's gonna blow up for sure. Alina, you're the victim. I'll be the kidnapper. Celine, you film everything. It'll look so real, people online won't know what hit them.
My stomach dropped. Wait, you're going to kidnap me in public?
Exactly. Nothing gets more views than danger. I'll grab you at the gas station. I'll shove you in the car while screaming. Celine will film the whole thing. Boom! Instant viral hit.
Mom, I don't think this is a good idea.
Do as I say. This is how stars are made.
So that night, we drove to a gas station on the edge of town. Mom gave Celine her phone and adjusted her hoodie over her head like a wannabe villain. My heart pounded as I stood near the pumps, pretending to buy a soda. Suddenly, she pounced.
Get in the car. Don't scream or I'll hurt you.
She yanked my arm hard, pulling me toward the car. I stumbled, tears welling up, because even though it was fake, it felt real.
It's rolling.
But the problem was, we weren't alone. A man filling up his truck froze when he saw us.
Hey, let her go.
He dropped his gas pump and sprinted toward us. Please help. That was enough. The man grabbed Mom's arm and shoved her back, shielding me.
What the hell are you doing to this girl? Somebody call the cops.
Before Mom could protest, another woman already had her phone out, dialing 911. Sirens wailed minutes later. 2 officers rushed over, guns drawn at first.
Step away from the girl.
Mom threw her hands up, panicked.
No, it's not what it looks like. It's just a prank, just for social media.
The officer's jaw clenched as he lowered his weapon.
A prank? You staged a kidnapping in public? You terrified people and wasted emergency resources for likes?
Please, officer. I didn't mean any harm. I'm just trying to make it online. Please don't arrest me.
The bystander shook his head in disgust.
You should be ashamed. You had your kid crying. She was terrified. All for what? Views?
I wiped my face, embarrassed, wishing I could disappear. Finally, the officers gave Mom a harsh warning.
Ma'am, listen carefully. If you ever pull something like this again, you will be arrested. This isn't entertainment. It's reckless endangerment. Do you understand?
Yes, I swear, it won't happen again.
But on the ride home, she muttered under her breath.
That would have gone viral. People just don't get genius.
I glanced at Celine in the back seat. She was still clutching the phone with shaking hands, staring out the window. I think both of us knew. This wouldn't be the last crazy thing Mom tried. The worst was church. One Sunday, she leaned in while we sat in the pews.
Okay, when the priest starts the sermon, I'm going to collapse. You two scream for help and cry while filming everything. I'll pretend I'm dying. Got it?
Mom, no, this is church.
Do it, Alina. This video will blow up.
And she did it. Right there in front of everyone, she clutched her chest and fell onto the floor. Celine and I screamed as told, tears in our eyes. Not from acting, but from humiliation. The whole church rushed over. Ambulances came. And while they checked her vitals, she slyly whispered to me,
Got it all on camera. Perfect angle.
but karma always waits. One day, Mom tried to film a stunt. She poured lighter fluid on her hand and struck a match, yelling into the camera, "I'm fireproof, baby." Of course, she wasn't. The flames roared up her arm before she dropped the match. She screamed in agony, running in circles while Celine and I panicked. By the time we put it out, her hand was blistered and red. We thought that would stop her. It didn't. Bandaged hand and all, she filmed a tragic recovery vlog, milking sympathy. Then, she shifted gears. She started talking about the news. One day, she sat in front of the camera, eyes wide.
You guys won't believe this. A criminal gang killed their rivals, chopped them up. Imagine living like that, huh? Honestly, if I met those guys, I'd teach them a thing or two.
Celine and I looked at each other, horrified. She had no filter, no fear. 2 days later, she vanished. We woke up one morning and she was gone. No note, no call, no text. At first, we thought she was filming some dramatic new content. But then, days passed. A week. 2. Finally, one night, the door creaked open. Mom walked in, but she wasn't the same. Her face was pale. Her eyes were hollow, like they'd seen things no one should see. She moved stiffly, dragging her body as if every step hurt. Her hand, still injured, was now covered in deeper scars. "Mom, what happened?" She didn't answer. She went straight to her room, locked the door, and cried all night. From that day on, she never mentioned videos again. She never picked up a phone. She never spoke of that gang. It wasn't until weeks later that whispers reached us. People said she'd been kidnapped, tortured, taught a bitter lesson about running her mouth. Whatever they'd done to her, it broke her. Meanwhile, people online had had enough. They started reporting her old videos. Her account was banned permanently. Overnight, her empire of fake fame crumbled. At school, kids whispered about us.
Hey, Alina, where's your famous mom? Faking another heart attack? Careful, she might film you on the toilet next.
Celine cried often. I just kept my head down. But then, the twist that turned our lives upside down. One evening, the doorbell rang. I opened it, and standing there was Dad. I froze. "Dad!"
Hey kiddo, it's me.
Celine screamed and ran into his arms. I just stood there, stunned. "But you died. They told us."
No, I was injured. Captured. Spent years recovering, but I'm back now.
When he walked inside, Mom came out of her room. She gasped like she'd seen a ghost.
You're alive.
I heard everything, Maria. The stunts, the abuse, the girls crying, the gang, the humiliation. I filed for divorce this morning. I'm taking my daughters.
Mom collapsed into a chair, shaking.
No, you can't just... Please, they're all I have.
No, you chose clout over family. You don't get to keep them.
And just like that, our lives changed. Now, Mom lives alone. Word spread quickly in town. People point at her, whisper, laugh. Sometimes kids shout at her when she passes by other kid.
Hey, fake fainting lady, do a stunt for us.
Need a lighter for your hand, ma'am? And the final twist of irony? She works in a mortuary now. Sometimes she drives the funeral car. The same woman who once faked her own death in church now drives coffins around. Celine and I live with Dad. We're healing. Slowly. But every time I scroll past a video of some influencer faking drama for clout, I feel that burn in my chest. Because I know what it cost us. So, that's my story. My mom traded us for followers. The gang traded her pride for scars. And Dad traded his silence for freedom. And me? I'm trading this story for your attention. Because hey, if you listen this far, you might as well smash that like button, subscribe, and maybe drop a comment. Otherwise, I might just collapse in church and haunt your notifications.